Hello people of YouTube, welcome to the Spikehead podcast, and for our first film review of 2019, I am going to be looking at The Favourite, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos and stars Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone. The plot, to put it in harsh terms, is two cousins take advantage of a frail woman for their own means, who just so happens to be the Queen. That would have been the log line, but to emphasise, Queen Anne is frail and her health is both mentally and physically deteriorating, so most of her day-to-day work is handled by good friend Lady Sarah, who she shares a really close bond with. Sarah's cousin Abigail shows up looking for a job, having been a lady previously before her family fell from grace, and she works her way up to be her cousin's maid, eventually grabbing the attention of Queen Anne. Now, once this plot gets going and certain characters' motivations do become clear, this film becomes brilliant. There is a certain point where it hit me what had been going on the whole time, and the film suddenly went up in my appreciation. The rivalry between these two ladies who have to maintain a civil face in a palace when you know that deep down they want to tear each other to pieces leads to some of the really tense moments within the film and keeps the audience hooked onto what is going to happen next. This reminded me a lot of the rivalry between Marjorie Tyrell and Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones, fighting for Tommen's affection. It truly works in that dynamic. Also, I have to give high praise to the set design and especially the costume designs. Some of these outfits are Oscar worthy. I particularly like a piece that Lady Sarah wears a lot when she's shooting and riding. There's just something about that look that gives an in-control, cool vibe. The performances are all really solid as well, which I will get into later down the line, but some of the dynamics between Anne and Sarah, or Harley and Abigail, were brilliant examples of on-screen chemistry. However, this film tries so hard to be artsy, and for the most part this falls flat. Until the penny dropped for me, the film just felt like random scenes thrown together with some cheap comedy done for easy laughs. It took me a while to figure out if the film was trying to be comedic or a period piece drama. I guess they were trying to buck the trend of a standard period piece, but the comedy just did not work. Abigail in the beginning is annoyingly nice. Once she has her malicious side out, it's fantastic, but everything before that just struck me as bad writing. I feel like this will be a better watch on second viewing, as now I know the motivations. Maybe the idiot side of her was an act all along, but the fact that I am still questioning that prevents it from being a brilliant plot thread for myself. Also, the music in this is very jarring. For the first 20 minutes of the film, it does dialogue, jarring musical montage, back to dialogue and repeat. As for the cinematography, it's almost in the style of a music video at times. It goes from standard shots to long tracking shots complete with 180-degree movements, and Jesus, they use that fisheye lens way too much in places where it just didn't naturally fit. This is the stuff that really took me out of the movie. Also, this film has no ending, so the film just tries to remind you how artsy it is by leaving shots uncomfortably long and have shots blend over each other. The film just stops, tries to think of where to go and can't think of anything, so it just ends. I feel like some of the plot threads could have been tied up nicer, so I felt I'd seen a finished film. Thank God though for the performances, because whilst the film is pretentiously trying to be stylistic, the three leads are all amazing, especially Olivia Colman. She is fantastic at depicting Anne's frailty, and what she is trying to play is really hard to do. She goes from a hardened leader to an almost child within minutes. Vulnerability and angry defiance are what makes this character, and the way Colman balances it is brilliant. Emma Stone, she is really scary when she becomes a malicious, cruel person, which was such a surprise to myself, though I did see signs of this in Maniac, and her British accent was really well done. Rachel Weisz gives a performance that is really hard to read. No matter what her character is going through, she maintains her stature and composure, making her a very interesting character, as you could be thinking of anything at any given moment. Her hard poker face makes her endearing. Also, shout out to Nicholas Hoult, who encapsulates British wit in this, and his scenes with Emma Stone serve as some of the more light-hearted moments. Overall, this year has got off to an average start. The Favourite has some great performances backed by a good set and costume design, but lack of pacing in the first half and the pretentiousness of how it is shot really affects its grade, and when the film doesn't even have what feels like a conclusion, I just felt shortchanged, and The Favourite just has too much milk. So what did everybody think of The Favourite? Let me know down in the comments below. If you do like what I do here on this channel, feel free to subscribe and like the video. And as always, keep an eye out for more content coming all the time. This is That Spikehead Podcast, signing off.